Welcome, fellow addicted gamers. Welcome to our Sunday therapy session. We're non-professional, unlicensed, and we ask that you don't take any of our advice. And this is all just for fun. So, but as always, if you can pay something, pay attention. So we are. There you go, Ash. You want to add the camera?
Yeah, I'm going to add the camera so that way people can see what I'm doing.
Okay. So you guys, here, let me get the.
There's your mouse.
Let me get the chats back up.
And we are live on Podbean as well.
Put the trash for me. All right. And we're on Podbean too. So if you guys would like to follow us there for audio, that would be awesome. There we go. Well, Jamar43 says hello. Well, hello, Jamar. How are you?
Wow, Charles isn't the first one. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome, sir.
Jam
We are just gamers with coffee. That's what we do. We drink coffee or tea, and we game, and we just have fun. So we're also in a little bit of a painting challenge
and
with another channel.
Hey,
Tolmakus, how are you, sir? And Frank, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ashley's got her Tyranids there. She's still working on the
well, right
screen.
now I'm working on this little dog figure for our youngest son's girlfriend. It kind of looks like.
Oh, I thought you were doing your Tyranids. You're letting them dry.
I'm letting them dry and figuring out if I like that purple or not on them.
Huh.
So that's what I'm doing.
So that dog she 3D printed. Along with a bunch of other stuff. So, now we're out of resin because when you print, you know how that goes.
Yeah, I kind of got in a
hey.
printing field.
Cool. Frank says he registered for Adepticon today. Nice. As you know, Frank, we're going to go to that March to Victory, and that's coming up in March. So not too much time for us left, and in a month or so, there's a local gaming convention we're going to go to. It's a game con at, used to be the Marriott.
Where am I going to put this?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to make a bone or something that looks somewhat like a bone.
That might work.
So I got to let this side dry, but I don't got nowhere to put it.
Looks bad as it is now.
I know, because I'm holding the other end.
I know, it just looks funny. But that'll work, a toothpick. And
yeah, I just cut up a toothpick and little snowballs, basically, because I made a penguin scenery for our son. He loves penguins.
So, Frank, are you going to have at Adepticon, are you registered to just go, or how does that work? Do you got a table out there you're going to set anything up on? And I guess if you want to answer that, and then also, hey, when you get there, are you going to do any recording so you can share it with everybody? That would be cool. We definitely plan on when we go to March to Victory, we're going to do it. We'll see how their internet is, whether or not we can live stream. The one year we live streamed, the internet was okay, but it would lag a little bit here and there, and depends too on how many people are trying to use the place that's rented out, how many people are using their internet.
This is where that old school one we had where it had the little prongs, the little scissor pieces.
Old school what?
Magnifying glass. That metal one we had, it had those little arms that had the little
clips on them.
Yeah,
it has the little clips. Oh, nice. Oh, hello, Charles. How are you, sir?
Welcome, Charles.
Frank is going to be playing Bolt Action on Saturday.
Nice.
Very cool. We have not done Bolt Action, but it's a game that we've kind of watched. All of ours is 15 millimeter. I think Bolt Action is bigger, so. Well, that's cool though, Frank. Document it, man. You should have some fun. It's always fun to go out and game with others. It's a fun deal. If you're in a tournament, I wish you luck. I guess. Good luck. Yeah, I'm not what you consider a tournament player, but I would play if someone asked. I'd say, okay, I'll try it. For us, we're just going to be demoing a couple of games. Hey, Tim, how are you, sir?
March to Victory, we are planning on bringing Aliens, Another Day, Glorious Day in the Core, and Zombicide because Mini Warmutt's supposed to be there, and
We're taking we'll kidnap Mini Warmutt. Oh, hey, Meandering Mike. Hello, sir. How are you?
hey.
And Tim here is also here. Hello, Tim.
And hello, Tim.
Ooh, Frank's going to do airbrush classes. Nice. Very nice. That would be helpful because airbrushing something. A lot of the people we know do airbrushing, but
I maybe should have glued 2 sticks together because that just looks like a little car end.
That's not bad. I mean, you're just using what you got. Tim says he's painting up the power lifter for Aliens. Didn't you do that one too, Ash? Oh yeah, I think Ash. Yeah.
I already finished her.
You have to show it on the camera. Ash did the power lifter with Ripley in it. So yeah, that's a nice piece too. Pretty nice. Then again, I like the Alien movie, so the miniatures are cool. And have you guys seen that the stuff for Halo? Halo is going to be miniature based also, not too far down the road.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I caught a little article. That's about all I know of it. But if they bring the Halo world over correctly, that is going to be fun also. Oh, Frank says, nice job there, Ashley, on your lifter.
Yeah. Oh, my lifter? Thank you.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be some interesting fun this year for, for the industry. And my only thing is now is Ashley's got her Tyranid book now and her cards. I have to still get the newer Space Marine Codex, so I know what I can and can't use. We're going to, after the show tonight, we got our Zvezda Barbarossa game set up on the table.
Wait.
What you doing, Ash?
I didn't lock that in.
No. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's what we're going to do when we're done, and we'll do a battle report on that. So we've been trying to get to it most of the weekend, and things just come up. But this way, we can get that done for you guys too. It's Zvezda makes a good game, and it's just kind of it's a different and it's fun. So as far as Mini Warmutt's paint challenge, I got all my Rangers done.
We got to find smaller little
I've got to go
bases.
get some bases. I'll kind of set some up here.
Hey babe, where's one of your little walls that you made?
Oh, I can take those up. These are 15 millimeters, so I don't know how well you can see them, but
they're tiny.
They're tiny with a lot of detail. I mean, honestly, it was 7 paints, 7 different colors, and 2 different types of washes.
Yeah, the one yellow I used, Tim, was Citadel's
Show him.
Flash Gets Yellow. Flash Gets Gitz Gets. Flash Gets Yellow. It's a layer paint.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but did you use 1 or 2 layers on that lifter?
6.
3 or 4. I say you painted a bunch of layers with
6.
That. But it comes out looking good. The rest of the aliens are done. And ready to go. So yeah, it's going to be fun the next 2 months or so. A little bit of crunch time on some stuff. But what you doing?
Taking one of the little walls.
Sandbag walls.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was.
So I'm gonna paint it white.
No, don't. There's too much white in there. If you paint that white, then it's
supposed to be snow.
But those are sandbags.
No one's gonna notice they're sandbags.
Yes, they will. If you look at it, it'll be snowy sandbags. Okay.
I'm gonna cover it.
Okay.
I just gotta figure out how to.
Don't get too excited. I was just saying.
It's for my son. There's throwing snowballs.
Yeah. They are.
So, actually, I probably don't have to cover. I just can cover it with snow.
Well, you're just making it
It's just a little piece
little
in there.
divider piece so they can throw snowballs back and forth. So that'll work. Are you gonna paint it first, or?
I'm debating if I want to, because if I go and basically put glue all over it, it turned white anyway.
Mm-mm. Well, I don't think so. No, I wouldn't waste the glue like that.
It's just the
That Gorilla Glue is good, but it's like $7 a bottle. It's getting to be.
no. I wasn't gonna. That glue is just gonna hold it down. This is the glue I'm putting over it. But
It'll dry more transparent. Tim says he's using bus yellow. Actually, many layers. Yeah. You'll have to put layers on it.
I don't know if there's a trick. I've tried using like a white base. I've tried using gray. I've tried using no basing at all. And it just, yellow is like one of the hardest colors to work with.
Frank says it's hard for him to make yellow look good, and Tim says yellow it is a tough color for it to come out the way you want it to look.
It's layer on top of layer. Unless someone else has a way to make it where you don't have to put that many layers on without making it look cakey is the problem. And it's like then you start losing detail even if you let it dry.
Yeah. It is just one of those paints. That's why I kind of gave up on Templars for the Marines, the Space Marines, was the white that goes on the shoulder pad. The Citadel stuff is just too chalky. Like it would dry chalky. So yeah, that one come out a little better. But still see how it looks a little chalky.
It's called a 3-foot rule.
A what?
3-foot rule. About 3 feet back, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
When you get up and close to it, then it's shit.
Yeah. Thin layers bit by bit. That's about all you can do. You have to show yours off when you get it done there, Tim. Get some pictures up or something. But yeah, so, well, I see what you're doing. She's just going to use a little wall. I used to, like, handmade some things for 15mm tanks, like sandbag walls and little tank traps and stuff that I resin casted myself a couple years back. About 3 years now. Been just
I think it's been more than that.
When I started doing it was longer than that. I think these particular ones I did because.
But yeah, he custom made them with. We bought little. It'd be like square stir sticks, kind of.
No, like these here. See the difference? This is the resin, and then this is just an obstacle. You could use it in different games, but it was more or less. If you had a bunch of these in a field, you'd have to get around them, or
He was afraid of my Russians.
The tanks would take damage. So just some oddball stuff that.
He's ignoring me.
Who? What?
You're ignoring me.
Well, I'm trying to talk. If you're going to talk over me, yep, I'll just keep talking. But yeah, just some oddball stuff. Yeah, you can take and use some of this stuff, Ash. It don't matter.
No, I did. I'm not worried about it. We have the originals, I think, up in.
I still have all the cats from like this is a little pile of logs in the mud, although it looks a little yellowish.
One of Cooper's hairs.
A little yellowish there.
Well.
But if you try doing it too dark, then it comes out. Just some different things, for it. Oh, hey, Johnny, how are you? Greetings and salutations.
Hi, Johnny.
That's cool. How are you, sir?
Oh, he's on Twitch, too.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Thanks for stopping by on the Twitch there, Johnny, because, we kind of are like the odd people out on Twitch, right? We're not playing Fortnite or, Call of Duty or something, so we're just doing... Ooh, he's making garlic bread. Oh, Homemade garlic bread is so good. Yep. And I'll tell you what, Johnny, if you take, you know, those garlic bread that you get frozen at the store. So one day, just out of necessity, I was like, man, I have hamburgers. So I made a burger and I thought, I got no bread, damn it. So I put those frozen on a pan and kind of slow warmed them and turned them. Oh my God, it made an awesome garlic burger as bread because it softens up and it browns. Don't get me started on garlic bread. I love that stuff.
Yeah, you got our granddaughter's addicted.
It's what you do on Twitch, painting and tabletop gaming. Well, hey, hopefully it goes good for you over there. You know what? I'll have to look. I'll have to find you then. Or if you're following me, I don't know. I haven't checked Twitch for a while because generally we just don't get too much on Twitch. We don't really have a whole lot of followers there, like a handful, I think. But after the show, I'll go get on Twitch and if I'm not following
and
you,
iDoc's in too.
I'll follow you.
But
Hey, iDoc, thank you for stopping by again, sir. And yeah, we'll try to do that. Ooh, you got almost 400 followers.
Nice.
Hell, that's pretty good, Johnny. That's impressive because the break-in over there against all the video gamers, that's pretty good, sir. That's very good. Very impressive. And it's hard too these days because like when we started, not everybody was doing this. Now everybody that has anything to do with any gaming is everywhere. So marketing and communications.
So you paid for them.
Well, marketing, yeah. You don't pay for your followers there, but if you market it, yeah, that works.
It was a joke.
So for us, we don't have the time to do as much as others. And I don't say that in a bad way. Just some people are fortunate enough to have a lot more time to do stuff on a more regular basis. Yeah, and that's why Johnny corrected you, Ashley. It's putting the word out everywhere you possibly can.
I was just joking.
Yeah. Yeah, you put the word out everywhere you can. That's
the way to do it.
It's like when we go to the gaming conventions, we'll wear our shirt and we'll introduce ourselves to people. And it's just funny how, like, you're doing really good on Twitch. To me, that's very impressive. Like here, we're not doing too bad on YouTube, but really not overall, probably not the greatest. But on Twitch, on TikTok, we have over 3,000 people following us. So it just kind of depends on where it is. I mean, YouTube is flooded with gamers from every genre, that you can think of. So it's just very difficult to even gain traction. Oh, holy cow, there is. He said if you're painting or doing a Warhammer, there is a Warhammer category to put yourself in.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very cool. I didn't see that. When
good evening, iDoc.
When I looked at the other the categories earlier, but I haven't paid too much attention to Twitch, to be honest with you. I had it for a while. Nobody's really following, so then I just kind of, like, how you pause it, and then I went back to it, and so we're trying that. And Twitch, I could see would be bigger than YouTube. Yeah. So YouTube's a very difficult place, and every day more and more people, and it's cool that people are getting on to share their hobby and stuff. I think is really awesome. I don't say in a bad way. It just means that it's harder and harder and harder to gain any ground. Your painting is in the art category, but a lot of mini painters are on the Warhammer channel. Oh, there you go. So Ashley does quite a bit of, she got a lot of Tyranids to paint still.
Not really. I got 10.
What are those up there?
Screw-ups I don't think I can use. They say they're one thing, but they don't look anything like it. So I'm probably just going to paint them and just leave them on my desk because they're cool looking.
Paint them and do a giveaway with them.
Yeah, or that.
Like that. Yeah, Johnny, I agree. When you stream painting like last night, we sat up for a couple hours with Not Jay's channel, a guy named Chris.
There's like 6 people in there, 7 people in
I
there.
don't know.
At one point.
We just hung out, and all we did was interact with the other guys and paint, because we're doing that painting challenge. So what was nice is, yeah, you're sitting with other people and you're painting. And it helps to motivate you too. And it makes it, I mean, technology at least makes it fun these days. You can interact, you can game with other people from anywhere. So it was really nice. Oh, you're in Mini War Mutts Challenge. Awesome. So are we. I don't have, I told him I thought it was 38, but I was wrong. It should be technically, I think, 41 miniatures. I thought I had 12. Texas Rangers came in that pack, but the other night I was like, this is more than 12, and I'm sitting here counting. I'm like, oh, it's 15. I thought it was a dozen, so I had to let him know that I had 3 more than I thought. But I don't have a ton to enter, so about 40 figures. And Meandering Mike says you missed out. You had family stuff. Hey, Mike, family first, so that's okay. We always put the family first, and that's cool. All right, so Johnny's gotten 5 done so far, and mostly all BattleTech, but he's painting Batman animated series. Oh, that'd be interesting. I don't think anybody else is doing Batman, so there you go. My next set's going to be, if you look at the bottom screen, it's going to be these. Whoops. That's for Team Yankee. That's the Wolverines, so the militia set. You remember Red Dawn Wolverines? So there's 26 in here. So I'll do that, and then that's what I'm going to start on probably tomorrow, because tonight we're going to do this game, and then I got some stuff to upload. Oh, hey, Brian from Weird World War II. Wolverines, exactly. And Brian says he likes that Batman animated series. I've not had a chance to see the Batman animated series, but, that would be cool. Johnny did, is that the Batman animated series last year? The main box now. Getting into stretch goals and the minis from the old one. Oh, okay. That's cool. Tim, you played D&D today.
Nice.
You got too close to a T-Rex. New character time. Hey, the T-Rex you might want to stay a little bit away from. So it's okay from a distance if you have like a howitzer or something. Oh, nice. Nice, Johnny. Do you normally stream on Wednesday nights? Is that a normal stream night for you guys? And Brian from Weird World War II says 3.5. Nice. That's the latest D&D edition, right? Oh, Wednesday afternoons. So about what time then, Johnny? So people know, because generally, I'm working during the day on Wednesdays, but if I can catch it later, I will do that too. Around 1. Nice.
Central time?
Is it what's the time frame, Johnny, so that everybody knows? Oh, you've got a schedule up on the channel. Okay, you guys, then check out Johnny's channel. All of them. Eastern time. And Brian from Weird World War II says he plays the 3.5 edition of Pathfinder First Edition. So, Brian, I'm familiar with D&D, but I've not played Pathfinder, but it's got a massive following. So it sounds like that there's a lot of similarities, but I simply haven't done Pathfinder. Oh, geez, Tim. All right. Pathfinder Second Edition. I haven't played Pathfinder at all. Oh, Hey, Johnny, then, you said you're starting Pathfinder tonight. Is that something you're going to broadcast? If it is, well, we got to do this game we've been promising people. We've tried to get to when we're done with the show here, so I can get a battle report. But if we can get a chance, we could turn your stream on too. Second edition. Oh, he's not broadcasting that. Okay. So Brian, from Weird World War II, when you say you got enough, you got a lot, so it'd be hard for you to get into the new system. Is the new edition of Pathfinder that much different, or is it like a harder to do, or what's your opinion of it? I guess I have no idea about Pathfinder. Well, now that's cool, Tim. If you've been doing the DM all your life and you got to play the characters, you finally got to be on the other end of it, huh? See, that's the thing. If you're a good DM and you can run the game, um, time will go by. I've talked to people where they started doing it, they did good, and everybody wanted them, their friends and family and all that stuff, and so they didn't really get a chance to do the other side. Ooh, okay, Brian. So it's a complete remake. Well, all I can say with gaming is to stick with what you want. Like, I enjoy Warhammer, but it's a whole lot of changes. So I'm just, like I said earlier, when they came out with 10th, that's probably the last one we're gonna do. Because they changed that again too in the middle of it. So I'm just gonna leave it where it's at because 10th edition Warhammer is a lot better than the others, from what I understand from people who've been playing it longer. For me, it's better than like 7th and 8th. Didn't get to play nothing for 9th, to be honest with you. I bought all the stuff. We never did it, and then boom, here was 10th edition too soon. So, ooh, Brian, you spent most of your time as the game master. And Tim loves it. Oh yeah, I bet you do enjoy it though. But it's nice still once in a while, Tim, for you to take a break from that and get to just be a character.
Well, that didn't work.
What'd you do?
It melted.
That's okay. Now it looks more like a dog bone. You know what I mean?
No, one of the balls actually melted.
One of the snowballs.
The little snowballs.
Well, because they're styrofoam, aren't they?
Yeah.
And you put glue on it, right?
Yeah.
And you know better than that, dang it.
I don't want to use that glue.
Holy cow, Johnny. 40 years of Battletech, 1 edition. Yep. Now, I like Alpha Strike, so don't kill me over that one, Johnny. I prefer the Alpha Strike system of it. And actually, Keegan just purchased, I don't know, he brought it over yesterday to show us. He got one of the newer Battletech map packs, Johnny. And so if you put them together, because they'll all line up the roads and all that, it'll take up a 4 foot by 4 foot table. I think there's six maps or something.
6 double-sided maps.
So now it's like that's going to be fun. We're just going to have to. I told him, I said, well, different movements, but you could take a hex as an inch if you wanted.
I believe that's what it looked like they were anyway.
Johnny likes Alpha Strike too. Yeah, the Battletech concept, like I've said 100 times, is I thought it was a cool idea. It just was just too monotonously long to do damage to a battle. My God, my brain went to crap, but you know what I mean. A mech. Too much time. So, Brian, on the original, it's just Alpha Strike makes it a lot simpler and easier, and damage-wise, you can field more stuff, and it actually takes damage, and you can get rid of them, blow them up, as opposed to you could have 2 mechs before, and you sit there, and 2 hours later, you're like, okay, my arm's destroyed. It was too much. So Alpha Strike Way, I think, is a way better system, but that's just my opinion. I don't mean to offend anyone. There's a lot of people who love BattleTech, and like I said, I don't hate the game. I just prefer the Alpha Strike edition. Charles, you know what? I'll agree with you to a point on some of it. Sometimes new additions and rules are a money grab, but sometimes they're necessary. Case in point, Star Wars X-Wings, right? Well, anyone that knows anything about Star Wars knows you have the Force. And, of course, you got pilots that would use the Force. So, and they've only had 2 editions. And for almost, I think it was 8 years or 10, close to that, it was the 1 edition. The 2nd edition they came out with, they did change it a bit because they incorporated the Force. Well, hell, that's a main thing in the Star Wars, universe. So that's something they needed to do. And I don't think that was so much of a money grab as it was they had to do something. A lot of people had asked, and so they updated it. Plus, they made it easier for colorblind people to see some of the things easier. So I think some of them are money grabs, a certain company that Brian loves to death, he would tell you some of that's a money grab, but sometimes they need to do, an update because it's flawed when they bring out your 1st edition, or they can expand more. 10 editions later, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? So that's a lot of editions. But I guess if you go over, how long is Warhammer? Like 35 years?
Something like that.
So there you go. What you doing now?
So, you remember that tank I built? The wooden tank?
The wooden one?
Yeah, so on the sprue I still have, sitting in my trash can, they have long little pieces. So I cut them up.
Oh, you took that out. That'll work.
So now it's going to be a little bit thicker to...
But you can paint it gray like that.
I'm going to paint it the...
Ubuntu bone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll look like a bone. Well, see there, Tim? Play what you...
Gotta play
what you like. And Charles, you're right. Sometimes... So like with Warhammer, from what we can tell and others are talking about, literally they're taking the Space Marines that have been around since the beginning of it, and now there's just certain ones you're not ever going to be able to play with. They're just not there no more in the data sheets or the card. Well, now they got the cards, which I think are pretty cool. But, so what about all these people that have a 30-year collection and now their models are just not playable, with the new rules and stuff. Good, Tim. You get an Alpha Strike. It's fun, and I'm still waiting because I did the Kickstarter. Some of you guys know I did that anyways. With BattleTech, that thing took off, or we still got to wait till June or July to get our shipment. I bought into it last year, and they exceeded all their goals. So there's some free things coming, and your models from 92 are still viable. They look different. Hey, as long as they're viable, that's okay. Mini War Mutt. Hello, my name is Mutt. I like tacos. Welcome, Mini War Mutt. We were talking about your paint challenge earlier. So my Texas Rangers are done, sir. And probably tomorrow I'll take the Wolverines out and get them primered. But now I've got to go to the store and find some bases. The ones I had are just too big for these guys. Okay, Johnny says they should be shipped by June. That's what I thought. And they're always updating people with emails. I'll have to tell you, lately I haven't read several of the updates, so just kind of waiting for my stuff to show up. Charles, you forgot a package. Huh? How do you forget a package?
That's something like Brian.
Go get it, because where you live, if you don't get it quick, someone else will take it off your porch. Yeah. No, Ashley, with you, it's, I forgot I placed an order in here, and I'm sitting at the table, and all I hear is beep, 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 like a semi's backing up. That's what Ashley will do. It'll just show up.
Oh, like those apes?
I get a knock on the door, and here comes our UPS guy.
Yeah. I told you I'd order them.
No, you did not.
Oh, maybe I told the group and not you. I don't know. I told somebody. So now I've got to go to my local hobby store and game store anyway, see if I can find some bases for these guys and get them put on bases. Otherwise, I got enough to do with the Wolverines next because those are a lot too.
Well, those ones come with bases.
Yeah, they come with bases, so that would be nice. I mean, color-wise, you know, blue jeans, shirt, belts, slings, just different colors. Brian, we're in World War II, so she got to the package before I did. Yep, busted. Yep. Sometimes you just never know. But generally, I tell her what I order. I don't usually order something, or I'll ask first because our money situation is pretty snug. Tim says his postal worker went rogue on him. He had to hunt for his stuff. Hey, Tim, I got a notification my package was delivered, and I had to call my post office the one day, this a couple months back in the summertime. And I'm like, I got a notification my package, but where is it? Well, first of all, they had it on the street over from me, in between two numbers that weren't mine, 4029 and 4030, which is not my house numbers. And so I said, so he left it between the address where on the street? She goes, well, we don't know. He just said he left it in between those two addresses. It wasn't even the right street, like literally completely spelled different than where I live. So thankfully, because I was managing this place, the lady that got it, she had her kids put the package in her house. So the next day, she let me know, hey, this package came for you, Greg. She brought it up to the office. Otherwise, I'm confused as to how it even got placed there, where it was. And when you talk, yep, so you just said they're useless to talk to. Yeah, I tried talking to them, just went in a giant circle. And I'm like, but this makes no sense. How do you mark down? You drop something in the middle of a street. It's not there, right? So I don't know. I got it though. Finally,
Now it looks like bones.
does it? Oh yeah. Oh hey, Mythos, how are you, sir? Is Ash playing Operation? He sees
Pretty
bones.
much.
So explain what you're doing.
So when I was 3D printing, I came across a German Shepherd that our youngest son's girlfriend has. So I painted it up looking like him. And so I'm basically making bones. I got some beads that I'm basically painting to make look like
Tennis balls.
So
Oh yeah, because he likes to chase.
he loves
us.
chasing tennis balls and he loves bones. So that's what I'm doing.
And then are you basing the stand?
Yeah, but I gotta buy more of the little one pieces. I don't think I have any more. Yeah, the tufts. I don't believe I have any more tufts. So I gotta buy more of those.
They're doggy bones. Yep, that is
Basically.
correct, Tim.
Well, let's see.
It's a little.
They're so wet, but I'm gonna end up painting them.
Those are giant, though.
He's giant. He's a year old and weighs over 100 pounds.
Yeah. True. Giant.
And then the balls will go basically back.
You could scatter those out in the grass.
Yeah, kind of thing.
But you're gonna make them yellow, like tennis balls.
Their tennis balls are green.
They're limey color.
Yeah, I used my Moot green, and I'm gonna take I think it's black, and then basically kind of do the circles or whatever you want to call them on them.
Mini War Mutts finished printing a Zombicide character card holder. Hey, nice. You'll have to show that one off then, sir. Oh, Tim says he likes doing that painting bones and he loves doing skeletons. Oh, okay, Manny Warmut. Manny Warmut says, speaking of packages, keep an eye out for one from Arizona.
Oh God.
Oh no, that's cool. Yeah, Manny Warmut. Well, I'm sure they'll put a picture up because we want to see how your 3D printer is doing too. Get out of the way. The card holder is better than the ones for second edition, or is it the equipment holder there? Johnny's asking you. Brian says from Weird World War II, put a dead Tyranid next to the dog, Ash, and then you could say you thought a duck. Hey, a duck by the power plant. Too much radiation.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. It might scare her a little. Oh my God, Ashley. You just want to play with glitter.
See? Now he has a little covered.
So does he get a cover bonus for throwing the snowballs?
At his kid?
Yeah. Or vice versa.
As long as the kid hits him in the face.
Oh, so you're saying because he stands or so now you can put game rules in there.
Hey, the Dollar Tree works really well on certain things.
That's some good questions there, Johnny, for you, Mini Wormut. It'll be interesting because we got the card holders that I got from the official Zombicide card holders. Those help quite a bit. But these are for the characters. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how well it came out, Mini Wormut. And for us, printing has come to an end because now we're out of resin. So
yeah, I can't even print the rest of my
army. I have
army.
to wait till I get paid again to maybe go get some. I don't know if they might sell some locally, but you can just get it cheaper with free delivery.
I'm just gonna get the same kind I was getting that I'm used to doing, but they actually have a water-based one that I'm gonna try because Jeff from Hex to Hex, he uses a water base, and I've never heard of it, so I looked it up. That looked like it was gonna be a lot better because I'm not going through alcohol that much. Because every about 4 or 5 of the washes, depending on how big the print is, you have to change that alcohol.
So the other day when I came in here and it smelled like bourbon, and you were half asleep in the chair, you said that was the wash station. It couldn't have been. Bottles all over the place.
For one, bourbon would have been you, not me.
Don't drink bourbon. Sometimes you gotta have some fun, right?
Always.
At some point. So yeah, that water wash resin.
No, did it get in my drink?
You didn't get glitter in your coffee, did you?
No, thank God.
My God.
I had a piece up on my phone, so I blew it off, and I'm like, what? And it went right over it.
Okay. So
it's like a $6 difference.
He said the stuff. Brian from Weird World War II said it's very brittle, and your prints won't survive gaming unless they're chunky pieces. So brittle, kind of like you don't want too brittle. We all remember what happened to Johnny B and his expensive snapping of that battleship. Yep.
Picked up 3 vampires, 3 zombie pirates. Is that what it says?
Yep.
Yeah, zombie pirates, a coffin, and some army paint spray primers. Ow, you paid a pretty penny for those.
Well, that's cool, Charles. Are you going to put pictures up?
That is badass looking.
That Mini Wormut, I just looked at the picture you sent
That
me.
is cool.
That's pretty
And so it
cool.
holds all of it? Yeah.
It does.
Nice.
Where'd you get that print from?
Oh,
Or
now I gotta look.
STL file or whatever.
I gotta look. I bet anything I can find it.
3 zombie pirates. That would be interesting. Well, yeah, I mean, it needs to be painted, but the print quality is pretty damn nice, and it looks good, and it looks functional. So you'll have to post a picture of that. But man, that's nice. Now Ashley's. Well, where'd you find it at then, Mini Wormut? Was it like Colts or? Oh, he sent the STL files to Messenger, Ash.
Okay, that's on your messenger, not mine.
So that just means you'll. Oh, they're not there yet.
For some reason, I can't. I always get letters mixed up in Zombicide.
You get them mixed up, you mean?
I mix the letters up.
Well, thanks, May Warm Up. If they come through, I'll get them. Charles is going to try a different shade of blue on his French deployment.
I can print out dogs. Actually, zombie dogs. 4 zombie. They're looks like Dobermans. And then there is German Shepherds.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they got walls right there.
Yep,
For the
walls. What is this? Edges.
Oh, edges for the actual boards to keep them pushed
Is
together. That
what
would be
is?
cool. Yep,
That's
see that?
loading.
See the edges on the side.
I see a table.
Nobody can see what you're looking at. Uh-oh. That might work.
I can't.
Well, Charles, you're.
It is.
That's what I said. It's edges to keep
That's nice.
the boards
That
together.
probably would be a nice little
That would
print.
be worth having.
Like add to saved.
Let's see here. So Charles says he's gonna try that different shade of blue on your French.
I can get a police car.
You're right there, Charles. If it doesn't work out, you can just reprimer them and redo them. So don't hurt. Try one, see how it comes out. If you like it, then go from there.
There's like this, where it holds all your other cards.
Second edition storage tray. Oh yeah. Well, that's interesting.
Your second edition tray. It's all pegged.
Well, we already got enough trays though.
Well, if you do more than 6, you don't. Well, we
Sure.
do because we got 2 different board games.
True.
But I kind of want to print one of these dice and see how it works. Here's doors.
Yep, we got doors though. There's all sorts of stuff. You guys know how that goes. You can be there for hours looking at things you can print.
Here's for Dead and Alive, like some kind of platform. Dark Side Token holder.
But anyways, May Warm Up, that did come out nice. Looking what that picture you sent me, it's very nice.
I want it.
A 3-deck organizer.
But when you're done with the cards, it goes back here.
Oh, so they're not just sitting on the table.
Uh-huh. And then you have all your extras behind it.
Oh, that would work. Now there you go. What do you work for? My plastic and resin bills? I have to pay
No,
bills.
get back in there.
Well, it's enough to keep her busy, I'm sure. And thanks, May Warm Up, for sending those files. If it comes through, I don't.
There's a convertible. Oh, I'm sorry, a Mustang and police car. It says.
They haven't got no files yet. They may not go through a messenger. If you do that, you could send them to our email. It's just gamerswithcoffee@gmail.com. Just all together, Gamers with Coffee. You could send it there, and I'd probably be able to get it if I can. Oh yeah, Charles says for now he's just forgetting about the Napoleonic figures. Well, just you're gonna do the other 15 minutes. Just do what you can do. You know, I mean, the one thing. What, Ashley? You're finding too much stuff. Oh my God, what is that?
It's a Molotov explosion.
Oh, and it goes
over your guys.
That's cool. Fire. Johnny says he's wondering if that's the guy he got his board edges from. Maybe. Somebody probably downloaded it and sold them or something. But do the edges work pretty good, Johnny? Because it looks like it would help hold the boards together, so they don't separate.
Where's that picture
What?
that he sent? Because I think I just found
Yeah,
it.
that's it there. So it might be, but it looks like it would hold the edges together pretty well. That's the only problem you have with some of the games is
Okay, that's cool. Instead of your spawn areas, there's spawn tokens instead of your little
it's just,
3 skulled ones.
That's but so the ones you have don't look like that. Oh, well, hey, if they work though, that's cool. As long as it works. I mean, just looks like a good idea. And then you run, you know how it is. You run across it and you go, oh, why didn't I think of that before?
Oh no, I'm not in free stuff. Free. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get the dogs because we don't have cards for them, but I can find them.
Avalon Hill used to give out clips to slide on their boards. Zvezda does, Tim. The game that Barbarossa game and their other one, tank game. So as far as I know, all their war games do little black clips because the map's double-sided cardboard, which is nice, but to keep it from separating while you're playing, they do have clips, so it'll hold the boards together.
That's kind of cool. They slide in.
So Johnny says his were 3D printed and got them from a guy in France. Hey, if they work, they work.
Doesn't matter as long as they work.
Well, Johnny says you can always print out the cards for the dogs and use the Mini American Opak sleeves to hide them in the spawn deck. Nice. That'd be a good idea too.
You print them out and then they make card sleeves for each of them. You just put them all in card sleeves so you would never know.
Yeah, the dogs are oof because they can move 3 zones. They're literally really difficult.
They're like the moths.
Yeah, they're difficult. No, all those ones that Mini Warmutt sent me that link for that I picked up. Man, they're dangerous. 3 and 4 zones they can get you away from. So it makes it really difficult.
I just found one for Crystal.
There you go.
I gotta save it.
Ugh.
Kiki, if you're listening, I need resin.
Yeah. The Opak sleeves are only available from you. And Brian did say, yep, that was from World War II. They did include those Avalon Hill clips there, Tim.
Here's buildings too.
You saw Anita and created the product. That's cool, Johnny. That's actually fantastic, man. So there you go, you guys. You can get them from Johnny here.
Where? What store? Or what is your store called?
Yeah, Johnny, if you want to type it in, just don't.
It
won't allow like a link, but just kind of spell it out. There you go, you guys. Linkster Games. Ash is going to look you up right now there, Johnny, and see if we can put it up for people to show.
.com?
I'm assuming it's a .com, right, Johnny?
Nope.
Or is it .net? Did you spell it correctly?
Yeah.
Oh, right there. There's this.
Oh, I didn't put the G.
Yeah, you didn't spell it correctly. There you go. She found it, you guys. That's your website right there, right, Johnny? Slow, Ashley, so people can see.
Wings
Yeah.
of Glory, we can get
Yeah,
a
the
balloon.
Yep, he did a video on those blimps. You guys should check it out, which I appreciate you doing that, Johnny, because we were
All right.
talking about it, and then you went and did one, and it's you guys should look at that. Ooh, they're compatible with X-Wing. There you go.
X-Wing, Star Wars, Armada, Twilight Imperium, Walking Dead, Zombicide, and more. Okay, so how?
There you go. Nice store, Johnny.
Isn't this the one you wanted?
What?
Or is that just?
Those are token upgrades.
Oh,
but
they're
Undead or
upgrades.
Alive was the one I was wanting to get, but it was. He
I
said,
couldn't remember which one.
just
you
go to the card sleeves and you can see them. Ash. Tim says the Zombies 4 games from Twilight Creations has dogs. Hilarious stuff, and they're always vicious.
Ah, okay.
There
You
you
can
go.
get them in different colors. That works. Okay.
Nice,
when I get
Johnny.
paid, I will order some from you.
Save his website.
Why? I'll just leave it up. I will put it in with this one. That way it stays up.
There you go. That's cool. Johnny says Undead or Alive is a fun version. It is. I got to play it a couple times. A friend of mine, Clint, has that. In the zombie game, Tim says you only have to be faster than the person behind you. That's correct. You just have to outmaneuver your fellow survivors. Brian from Weird World War II says he just donated the entire Zombies catalog to his local library. It's a fun game. So you donated, that's cool. You donated to the local library. Oof. Johnny says it plays differently. Instead of the zombies getting an extra turn, the Abomination does. Yeah, I just remember it was a little bit rough, but I like the Gatling gun, except for you can't stay on it because, you'll end up dead if you do. And there you go, Brian from Weird World War II. Tim gave you a compliment there. Yep. Zombicide is a fun game. I mean, it's a fairly easy to learn game. It's not complicated at all. So that's the good part about it. Now for Wings of Glory, a game I have not played for a while, but I really enjoy. I would like to get those bigger airships and blimps. Oh yeah, Tim. There's a lot of stuff going on with the Zombicide games. You got pretty much games for everything. The one we got is pretty good. Oh, that's true. They're Weird World War II. If they were just sitting around and you're not going to play it no more and you give it to someone else that can enjoy it, that works too.
There you go.
Johnny says he needs to get a live stream going for it to play it again. Woohoo! You got people in here who will play, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have it. We have some of the expansions too, don't we?
For Invader, it's all.
No, I know the
Invader.
Vader we have. No, Wings of Glory. Isn't that what he was trying to talk about before it goes to live?
Well, either way, we got Wings of Glory if you're talking about that, Johnny, or if you're talking about Zombicide, either way.
Yeah, Wings of Glory. No,
When they finally get to the dust, Brian says from Weird World War II.
We have Oak and Iron, which is similar to Wings of Glory and Sails of Glory. But Greg went and I was on this big hit.
Similar how it's a naval game.
Movement wise.
Oh, well, so I'm just asking.
On a big kick on octopuses and squids, so he bought me a giant squid.
A Kraken. That's right there. They've seen that. I believe.
Yeah, so he stays on my desk.
Well, Johnny, so say you wanted to game with us and you wanted to do the game. It just depends on which side of the camera you wanted to set it up. So if you wanted to set it up on your side, then I think the only thing different is you'd hold the card up for your movement, but I don't think it would be too difficult to figure it out at all.
Yeah, because we have the movements here too. So we can always go through the cards, and then when it's your turn or mine or whoever, you just show pull up your card and you just move the token where you want it.
I think it'd be all right. I think it'd work out. And Weird World War II says,
oh, and that way you can show off his custom map.
Nice.
Respect, I'll use it for. It uses mechanics for it. That's possible. There you go, Johnny. You can show off your custom maps. Yeah, I mean, and it's something that we've done with Mini Wormut on it. He would host it. It's a little bit more work on the person who's hosting it, but you could easily move it around. You're just gonna move it the best of your ability. I'm pretty sure there's a way to play it. I don't think it'll be a problem. Yeah, I think it'd be easy to do too. And if you got custom maps, that's cool. We just got the one map. They got hard to find for a while, man. They got seriously hard to find. And then some of them spiked up. Like I see them up over $100 for a while. People were selling some for a high price, the actual Ares maps. Well, one day I was roaming around through Amazon and somebody, whoever, because you know how Amazon is, it's all sorts of people. So the person had a brand new map in the box for like $30, $35, I think I paid for it. So I got the one, and they're very nice maps. Last Night on Earth is a great zombie series. Tough to get now, though. I think it's zombies you like there, Tim, but I haven't seen Last Night on Earth. Yes, there is a guest star option on Twitch, so we could do that. That might help us on our Twitch end too.
I need $110.
What?
I need $110.
Why? Oh, Resident Evil. That's Steamforged game.
This is the original Resident Evil. None of this bullshit where it's they change the characters and make it look like they're. Never mind, I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah. See, when they first came out, that it was a Kickstarter and it went over very well.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be pretty suspenseful. So.
Nope. I want this one too. Okay, I need about $300.
All right, Johnny. Well, go ahead. Go do your D&D game. Thank you for coming by, man. And hopefully showing off your site helps you a little. If you want to do something like that on Twitch, sure. We got to do something with our Twitch channel anyway. So
give it a try.
Let us know. And we appreciate you coming by, man. So have a good rest of the day and enjoy your game. Let's see.
They have a Resident Evil 3 too.
You like the soundtrack that came with that there, Weird World War II? Ashley.
What?
Go back and look at the chat. Tim says he'll print it up for you, Ashley. It'll take a couple days for the ink to dry, though. Awesome.
Print what up? I'm confused.
She doesn't know what you're talking about there, Tim. But if you're going to print it up, I think I know what you're talking about, but let her know. And Brian says, I need to get another job. Yeah. Well, you know what's going to happen. It's
right now, I have, 1, 2, 3, 30, 40, $350 in my cart.
$3.50.
No, $350.
Oh no, I can't do that, Ash. Ugh. She's just racking up the Resident Evil stuff. But the Kickstarter one is the one you're interested in to begin with. And
Yeah, they have that's Resident Evil 2. Then they have Resident Evil 3, and then they also have Resident Evil where they're in the mansion. That's 3 different games, and they're all fucking have the expansion packs.
well, calm down, or we'll have to get you some Xanax or something.
And then they have
Tim's
this
just
card
laughing.
deck building game as well for Resident Evil.
Yeah. Well, you got to first finish off this stuff, and then
Never.
no, you. Oh, there you go. Boss Battalion game, Corps Land board game play. What is that?
No. Looks like pieces.
Oh,
The Crops and Fields set includes 90 double-sided tiles with a variety of trends. Okay, select sections of crop edges. Many shapes and sizes. The crops and fields set to the perfect.
and Tim's right. That's how they get us. You are correct, sir. That is how it works.
So it's a hex encounter, but you build for crops?
So it's a growing game. It looks like marijuana.
Yeah, because they have sea, space.
What kind of crops are you gonna plant?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
I don't know
Business
about
at
that
a
one.
place to play dot toys.
So you're in the golden age of tabletop stuff. At least compared to the entire 300 years I've been alive, I've never seen all this as much as there is now.
Yes! They got dice!
You can see what she's getting excited about. Yeah. An umbrella case for your dice.
It looks like one of the viruses jars.
Yeah, I know. Oh boy. Yep. There's lots of stuff to look at and do.
Tomb Raider made one now too. Tomb Raider Legends, the board game. That might be interesting.
It might be. There's tons of games out there. The problem is you only live
I didn't know
so
Monster
long.
World was an actual game either. A board game.
Yeah, in my 300 years there, Frost and Fist.
Amitas!
I'm pretty sure I've done this whole life thing before a couple times, and it's like, damn it, I want to be reincarnated
Isn't this
as
the
a
one you
rich
wanted?
person. No,
Imperial Assault?
I'm good right now with Legion, Ashley. I've only got a chance to even put it on the
Clue.
table and look at the rules. Hello, Ashbito says she's busy building a list.
Zombie kittens.
Okay, so kittens are supposed to be cute. Why would we want them to be attacking?
Alright, I want to
people?
see what. Oh, it's like
Exploding.
Unstable Unicorns.
It's a card game by Exploding Kittens.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kittens are supposed to be cute
Okay.
and fluffy and good grief, Ashley.
Dig deeper. Tend to your dying garden. Draw the card, look at it, and then either keep it or draw the next card, which you must keep, and put the first card face down on top of the draw pile.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right. And good grief. I wonder who makes up some of these games. Sometimes I think that they're just
I have one like that. Exploding kittens. Exploding minions.
you're moving
Where's
it
my?
too fast.
Where's mine?
What are you looking for?
My little game. It's through the same company. My dinosaur game.
Oh,
Where? There it is. Happy Little Dinosaurs.
you got Kittens in a Blender board game, Tim? Wow, or card game? That's interesting.
Unstable Unicorns.
Yeah, happy little dinosaurs.
Smile. It's almost over. But yeah.
Kittens in a blender. That's pretty
The
rough.
kids love this game. Which, I mean, some of it's actually disturbing.
Yeah. Well, some of the people that make up these games, yeah, they'll put a weirdo twist on stuff. Let's take something innocent and make it dark. They'll do it. Were those your cards? And I remember you got this, but wasn't this one of those clearance games? Or
Yeah.
something? We got it because it was.
I got because it got dinosaurs.
No. But I thought this was the one you got where it was opened or I don't know, used
Yeah,
or something.
It was used.
So it was only like I thought you paid $4 for it or some stupid thing.
Yeah, I think it was $5 or $6 something. I think
It
with
was
shipping.
pretty dirt cheap.
So these are cards basically you have to go and avoid getting. Emergency exit. When you look at your ex, looks like your ex is better off without you after all.
Oh my God.
Left behind again. Your friends plan a road trip without you. The exhaust fumes hit you as they drive away.
That's pretty sad.
Little cannibal.
Hold on a second. Tim said everyone, when you're playing Kittens in a Blender, that people panic about their kittens getting blended. Well, yeah. That would be catastrophic, Tim.
Sharks with leg. Just an average day running in horror from a freaking land shark. Ghosted. You get ghosted by your dino date. They must have to be dead. You say to yourself as your tears salt your dinner for one.
Oh, good grief. So how are you doing, Mythos? What are you up to today? Yeah, the exploding. These games are
Where
interesting.
is... I'm looking for one in particular. Oh, here you go. The sad truth. You lie awake at night thinking how much of a disappointment you are.
Yeah, this is really upbuilding, right? To give to kids. Let's play.
There it is. Feeling squirrely. Life is going great. Just kidding, of course. You are attacked by saber-toothed squirrels.
Oh, well. Now you're ruining my squirrel thing and turning them into monsters.
Armed
too.
and dangerous. The little dinos look adorable until they threaten to kill you and your family.
See, people are like, they're smoking their lunch or whatever when they design this stuff.
Fire
Here, let's drop some
Prehistoric
acid.
fire ants unleash their wrath on you for taking a nap on their hill.
Oh my God. Ouch, is what Tim says, yeah.
The kids absolutely love this.
Oh my God, Brian, from Weird World War II, that's a game where he plays the dinosaurs. You're trying to eat Hitler, huh? Well, was it like kind of like survival, run around?
iDoc just says LOL.
Yeah, it gets a little bit crazy in here, iDoc. It gets a little bit interesting.
All right, hold on.
So, Mythos says he's loading up Zombicide Doors that you download on Colts. Woo! Inspired by the conversation here. Hey, the Zombicide stuff is pretty cool. Like, I want to, at some point, do the walls. Don't have to, but, that's how it is when you game. You don't have to do this stuff. But it would be kind of cool to have the walls because we have the doors. And then the board edges to keep the tiles together. That to me would be pretty helpful. In Colts, yeah, there's a ton of stuff there. I'm just going to have to get her another ball of resin probably Wednesday when I get paid because she's out now. And my God, I can't remember the name of this one Warhammer figure she found somewhat. So you have to pardon me, Mythos, like literally the name slips my mind, but I believe it has to do, I thought it had to do with boarding action and something with the ocean because he's carrying a container. I just don't, I just don't remember what he is. I mean, the print came out pretty good. Pretty detailed. One thing I don't know about is like all the stuff on the top. It's a little like it's part of his equipment, but yeah. Yeah, I knew he was an apothecary. There you go, a biologist That's what it was. I couldn't remember it. I'm like, I know it was apothecary, but I could not think of the last thing there. But yep. So that file came out pretty good. Oh, you just printed one of those yourself? It came out really pretty clean. It needs a little touch up. The detail is really nice and looks good. Well, hey, Jeff. Hello, sir. How are you? Glad you stopped by. But yeah, Mythos, if you just print it, then you see the details pretty good. And size-wise and feel looks pretty good. I don't know where Ashley went. She went back probably to go get something else to drink. But that's good. That gives her mind a chance to stop looking at all this because it's like ADHD, ADHD, you know, when it comes to looking up stuff to buy. So if I was a rich person, I probably wouldn't be rich very long. There you go. You haven't pulled yours off the printer yet? Well, it should come out the same. It's the same file. I think she got it from the stuff you sent her. So this one come really good. Like I said, it needs a little bit of cleanup, but they're all going to need that. The detail's pretty good. So that one I think would be something that I can use there. Jeff. Hi, Tom. Hey, Tim. Yep. Don't you love it, Jeff, when autocorrect or whatever turns it to something else? If I was a rich man. Yeah, I remember that song. If I was rich, I would definitely be spending more time doing some of this stuff here, for sure. But hey, with all the snow coming, I think Monday evening through Wednesday here is going to be a problem for me. Hex says he shelved all his printers and his paints, right? And minis today, you're going to stick with what you're good at. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, Jeff. Sticking with what you're good at. You're excellent at the hex and counter stuff, and you're hugely knowledgeable on it. But just have a little bit of fun on the side with the miniatures here and there too. Won't hurt you, you know. But stick with your mainstay because that's something that people look forward to looking at your stuff, you know, because of the knowledge you present when you play those games. But don't give up on the minis and the other stuff. Just dabble a little. So, but I think Euros. Whatever it is that you like, that you're good at with the games, and that's what you can do. Our problem is we tried exploring too much. There's too many games, so there's eye candy everywhere, and so yeah, this year we're more focused on what we started with, you know. So we'll be doing more of our normal stuff. See there, Charles. Sense of humor is good to have. Nice. But yeah, it's got a little bit of a handful now. We'll get through this painting competition and get that going. Yeah, Jeff, definitely your hex and counter stuff is what you're known for. You know, Tim, all gamers like food. I like how you made that comparison. So, yeah, sometimes you do have too many options in there, but there's several things like I wanted to do that I looked at as, well, wait, I don't really have anyone I could game that with. So I just don't do it. Otherwise, you'll end up with a ton. Milo says, you say you're going to stick with what you got, but you forgot how many new games Clint can drag me into. Yes, Clint's very good at finding games and dragging us into them. Yep. Of course, we don't really fight very much, so yep. And you're right there, Mythos. However, honestly, if I can get Ashley to forget about the Resident Evil stuff, we're just trying to tone it down a little, and I want to focus too more on my podcasts. I feel good because people really have enjoyed those, and so that's what I'm doing more of too. Like as we're talking now over here, I got Podbean up. So those that are listening on Podbean, you'll hear me talk to a guy named iDoc, a very faithful follower over there, and he always stops by. So we're doing the podcasting at the same time we're doing this too. I stuck my paints. No, Jeff, you stuck them in there where you're never going to see them unless you go deep diving. Jeff says he's getting out of painting in minis. I said he's still got to do it on the side.
Who's getting out?
Jeff.
Yeah, no, he's not.
And Charles says he spent all morning rebalancing his checkbook. Yeah. You had lunch. You got rules to read and counters to punch. There you go. And Meandering Mike says sometimes he puts a hobby away for a couple of years. Yeah, I can see that. That happens. Mini Warmont got another one done for his homicide. Charles, you've done a lot with miniatures, but you also do a lot with the hex and counter stuff too. So, but actually, like I said before, Keegan and me we're gonna try and do some more hex and counter stuff too, because it is fun. It's an interesting type of gaming. You know what I mean? But what you got there?
The little bones.
Oh, you're painting those. Okay. Yeah, Mini Warmont's getting his stuff done too. Yeah, Charles does do a bunch, Tim. You know, that's what I'm saying. He's got some interesting things he does. He kind of inspired me to do this Cowboys versus Apes thing versus coming in from another universe or whatever. So at some point this year, I hope to get that game done because the figures are pretty much painted for that. I just have to get the transport device painted up and done too. Mini Warmont says he cleared a spot for a table reserved for hex and counter games. He's going to double dip and show Jeff's how it's done. There you go, Mini Warmont. There you go. So I have 2 tables, and that's one thing I would have to do is I should set the other one up because the hex and counter stuff does take a long time to do. And you can't, once you put it on a table, it's not like you could just pick it up and move it at least very easily. So want to get the other one set up for me and Keegan to do that on, and that's what we'll do a little. Although we can't show Jeff up because Jeff already knows how it's done and we're just learning. But it would be a good thing because this table behind us is going to be used for games that we could do and then put away film or do podcasts and stuff from. So focus. Oh, there you go. Those look like dog bones now. Giant dog bones, like he got into a dinosaur dig somewhere. Although the dog is definitely big enough to. This dog's huge. He thinks he's a lap puppy, but he's
still a puppy. Leave him alone.
He's about 100 pounds of muscle and.
Yeah, it's straight muscle.
Yeah. But that's okay. Well, we'll look forward to that, Mini Warmont. Actually, if you want Mini Warmont, me and you could do some too. Games like that. And then we couldn't criticize each other because we really don't know what the hell we're doing. So. And you were working on one, weren't you, Mini Warm-Up? Weren't you trying to design your own type
Oh yeah,
of...
he was cutting out a cereal box.
Yeah. Yeah, you can show us how it's done that way, too. I do want to get the other expansion, though, to the tanks there. So I have both the eastern and western front one. And it comes with plenty of missions, so I was pretty happy with that one, too. Oh, there's the one I got at the auction last year that I haven't even played yet. What? Where'd that one go? It was from the auction. It had the wooden blocks in it.
Wilderness or whatever.
Wilderness something.
It's sitting up on the shelf back underneath.
Oh, so I can't see it.
Uh-uh.
Oh, Wilderness Empires.
Okay, so
That's
white.
Got that at the last March to Victory on the auction. So, or not the auction. They were doing the auction. I bought it from one of the vendors there. So that's something. You were just doing that to mock the chitters out there. You should have followed through with it, Mini Wormut. You know what I mean? And just played it to the end on that type of thing. Well, Jeff, hopefully you don't shelve everything for too long. Go do your Hex Encounter stuff, but have fun with some of the miniatures too. I'm telling you though, dude, I really think you'd still like that Zvezda stuff because it is your Hex Encounter, but you got miniatures. It's a bigger Hex Encounter than you're used to, but you got to figure out your supplies and all that stuff. So it's like I said, we're tonight after this stream, we'll make some dinner and then we're gonna start doing that. So in the next little bit, we can get a battle report out on it so you guys can see that too. Hey, Walkabout Games, how are you? Hopefully you're doing good. We're just waiting for snow. They keep increasing it on us. So, oh yeah, that looks cool. So once that happens, I've got to do whatever I can today or this evening, and tomorrow evening I would have time to get some stuff done. But after that, for a couple days in a row, I don't know, because it's going to be, if it's half of what they're talking about in this area, it's going to be a pain to deal with. There you go, Walkabout Games. Everyone's saying hi. So, Charles, you would probably be the only one that's full-time both, because I cannot claim to be even half-time with the Hex Encounter. It's sporadic. I enjoy them, but I'm not. I don't have the ability to do both at the same time. Although that's one of the ones we're working on. Like I said, setting a table up. So yeah, for right now, I would say you're a full-time mini gamer and Hex Encounter person. Tim says no, Charles. Well, do you do Hex Encounter too, Tim? I don't remember. I apologize. I don't remember if you do any of that or not. It is a little different when you're live streaming them. Who was it the other day that stopped by our stream? They were talking about you guys, and we were like, yeah, Wardrobe just signed on, and that, you know, anytime Wardrobe and Jeff sign on, then usually the other guys are on too.
Oh Lord, who was that?
Oh, thanks, May Warma. I noticed that today. We
finally hit 500.
We got, but it was kind of a quick surge. Like in the last 2 weeks, we got like 60 subscribers almost. So that really helped. And I appreciate all you guys who subscribe. That makes a big difference there. Let's see. Thank you, Charles. Oh no, that was to Tim. Never mind. So Brian from World War II says he plays a lot of Hex Encounter using Shadows over Normandy and Heroes of the Normandy system. I am not familiar with those systems, but that's cool, Brian. from Weird World War II. Oh, well, that's cool, Tim. You started back in 75. See, it's just kind of opposite for me. I never got a chance to play any of those back in the day, but video games more or less were it for a long time. It's the only thing I really had time for.
Yeah, once we get our Xbox back up, I think I'll be gaming on like Sea of Thieves and World of Tanks. So I know me and Keegan were talking about doing some World of Tanks stuff on it.
Oh, thanks, Walkabout Games and Hex to Hex. Yeah, it's pretty nice to have finally hit that. So that's cool. We appreciate the support and the people that joined, and it's been very nice.
Get up.
Tim says Charles and Meandering Mike have collections like his. Oh, that's cool. Weird World War II says Devil Pig makes it. They just imploded, huh? Uh-oh. And Avalon Hill in Gettysburg was his first war game back in the days. Back in the late 70s. Thanks, Mythos. Thanks, Weird World War II. Yeah, I noticed you guys hit that a little bit ago. And you're steady growing too. Panzer Blitz, Charles says, was his first.
Isn't that what you have?
No, it's Panzer Battles, I think. So thank you, Charles. Your channel's gotten quite a bit too. I think when I subscribed to you, you had like
Honestly, I think
like
it was
50 or something people.
When I did it.
But
was like
you're over
100.
100 or something now, aren't you? So yours is growing too, Charles. Panzer Blitz, Tim says, was great. Panzer Blips. Oh, I'm not familiar with those, so I am not. Yeah, but now you got to decorate that, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to let that completely dry, and then I'll put more of the just school glue, whatever you want to call it. And I have flocking in one of these down here.
Oh, cool. Walkabout Games. That was your first Hex game in 1985. Well, I have to give credit where credit's due. And that would be to Jeff and his channel Hex to Hex and Todd from Wardrobe. Wardrobe Plays World War II, because I have been watching them for a while, more and more and more, because it became more and more interesting. And Jeff sent me a game, and so actually we played 2 of them now. So on that, and it was pretty nice. I very much appreciated it, Jeff. But then you started something there, so now I'm interested in it. And
ow, that hurt.
And sadly, I didn't get a chance to play them years ago, so I missed out on a lot of these ones you guys talk about. Just I don't know, because I wasn't able to get into it back then. And Tim says World War II Midway is his go-to naval game. Oh, Jeff.
Suck.
Grenadier from SPI.
No, I folded that up. Son of
Brian said Midway was a blast, but it was a little bit complex. There you go, Charles. See? So since I've joined you, you're just about, man, you've gotten up there. Yeah, so it's another 70 something people. Harpoon is like playing submarine. It's pretty intense. Oh, see, there's all these games out there to go try. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time to do all that. But the one that Jeff and Wardrobe talked about and sent to me was really good and interesting. I got Keegan hooked on it a bit, so that's why we got to get the other table set up in the other room, because this one's just going to be stuff swapped out too much. And I even bought a piece of plexiglass, except for now, it's not a big enough piece of plexiglass. Some of the maps Jeff and you guys are like they're short and thin, and others are, they're bigger. So my piece just needs to be a bigger piece of plexiglass because I prefer. And then I use the plexiglass on other stuff too because you can put a map down. It works real well.
Yeah, we used it for Zombicide one.
That'll work on that too. But I'd like to get the edges for the Zombicide game because that would keep the game together. Oof. Okay, Tim. So Tim says that Avalon Hill was in Maryland and they actually had commanders for their advisors. So they actually had real life input into the games. That's nice. Because, sometimes some games are not realistic. Actually. But that's pretty cool fact there, Tim. That's what I'm saying. You guys are a wealth of knowledge on the hex and counter game. It's a new thing for me. So Ashley's not sure. So one day she doesn't like it. Then the next day she'll play. So she's kind of bouncing around. I think when she finds one she likes, she'll be more into it.
Need my miniatures.
Jeff says he's resigning himself to one or two map games nowadays. In April, Charles is going to play Avalon Hill Air Assault games. Uh-oh. You got enough in there?
Yeah, because I'll be getting a lot of this back off anyway.
Yeah, well, I know that. Did you already brushed the glue on? I guess I wasn't able to watch. It's raining basing. So is that Admirals and Generals right down the road? Hey, Nagala, thank you for showing up, man. How are you? This is another guy that's got a pretty cool channel. He's got a lot of his history. That man does. He's got some pretty cool quiz too. He does on the show, so I try to catch it. And generally, isn't it? It's Saturday mornings, I think, most of the time. And he's got some interesting stuff, man. And he'll send out little, like I just learned the name of a pigeon that was wounded in World War I that delivered a message telling them to stop shelling the guys, And so interesting. That was pretty interesting that the pigeon made it all the way through, and even losing an eye and part of a leg, and that bird still flew. If I could find workers that I could work with that kind of dedication, I would be happy. Oh, that's cool. Weird World War II. They got that every year. That's kind of cool. Oh, Tim says they were just a couple miles from the Pentagon. Yeah, super source of info. That'd be great. Oh no, you're welcome. Oh, I enjoy watching you, man. I just sometimes I can and I can't. It just depends on what happens because I'm on call on the weekends. But yeah, you got a lot of interesting stuff too. Weird World War II. Yeah, it is cool. There's a lot of love for all that stuff. So I got a lot to learn from you guys. So I'm glad I know you. Tim says the pigeons were crazy. Yeah. Hey, man, I don't know how the pigeon lost his eye and part of the leg, but that'd be a lot of pain and still continue to keep going.
You knew it probably would be eaten.
Yeah,
it didn't do its job.
I don't know. And then it got awarded a medal, I think, too. You were saying, Nagawa, something. I can't remember what the medal was, but it got some sort of honor for what it did. Jeff's excited. Yeah, it's cool though, right? Learning from each other. So that's ever since we got to know people, it's just been cool all along. I mean, you know, other than sometimes the spam that'll show up in your chat, from the from the adult industry or something that throws things in there. Other than inconveniences like that, it's just been a fun journey, really ride because I've been introduced to things I didn't know about, and I actually feel good because I introduced other people to things they didn't know about. So it's been really nice. Yeah, it was the palm oak leaf cluster. Okay, I couldn't remember what it was, and I got one, but I just remember that I was pretty impressed. I was like, damn, that pigeon really went all out and saved those guys too. Um, ooh, Hasbro. Tim says used to take actual equipment from the armory and scale them down for the original GI Joe. Oh, that would have been a cool job. Is Ashley painting the dog peeing? There's a lot of yellow on the base.
Mm-mm.
No, I don't know. She's trying to mix her base stuff up. Might want to hold it up so that he can see because it does look like a puddle down there.
No. I'm basing.
She's trying to get her base down for the dog. So you just found out that Russ Heath did a bunch of the vehicle designs for G.I. Joe. Hey, you know what? G.I. Joe had a good saying, right? Now, there's truth there, man. If you know what's going on, then that's half of what you got to get done. So that's cool. But yeah, I don't know, man. There's a lot to learn in the gaming world. And they'll tell you games rot your mind. Really? With all the history that you can do and you can research and look at on some of these games, a lot of them are historically accurate. You really do end up learning a lot. And you'll learn things. Like I did about the pigeon, I'm excited because I just didn't know. Tim says, yep, that was the best job ever from a draftsman point of view. Mythos says he freaking loved all the G.I. Joe vehicles growing up. Yeah. I mean, too bad today most of the stuff they took a lot of imagination out of, or the kids are all face down on stuff all the time. They're not out using their imagination and playing, as much as I think they should. Sorry, I got to keep leaning forward, you guys. These aren't the glasses I usually use for the monitor. G.I. Joe did Star Wars in for you? I don't know. I remember, listen, when Star Wars came out, don't laugh, went to a drive-in theater, and remember we got out of the car, we had the space next to us, and put a blanket down so we could sit down and put the speaker on the ground. So we watched Star Wars. My mom took us. My mom was so terrified of Darth Vader, she was having nightmares. Literally all night, she was having nightmares about Darth Vader. So Star Wars, it's pretty much impressed me. I thought that's pretty cool, and it had all the stuff that a movie should. So I liked it. Now the newer Star Wars, since Disney got a hold of it, I'm not so much a fan of. But it's Disney. Whenever they grab something, they Disneyfy it. He was fully invested in G.I. Joe, where World War II says. Oh yeah, I mean, well, GI Joe was cool, and they sold a ton of. Actually, my son Josh has a collector box we bought for him, and it was one of the collectible sets. He's still got in his closet. So one of these times I have to go get it and drag it out. Do we have it, or we do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you know where it's at?
I'm in the back of the van.
Why is it in the back of the van?
I think. Because he moved, remember?
Oh, well, I guess.
Yeah, it's in the back of the van. Because you haven't pulled it out yet.
So Nagawa asked how everyone's doing with Mini Wormuts painting challenge. He popped in late. That's okay. Well, we can discuss it again. And before we discuss it, I'm just going to agree with Charles. Yep. Disney and Star Wars, to me, honestly, that's just my opinion. They just pretty much ruined it. But it is what it is. And so, Nagawa, I was painting Texas Rangers, so I got all 15 of them done, primed and painted and all done. And tomorrow I'm going to work on, I know I showed the guys, but I'll show you. So there's, I think 26 of theirs, the Wolverines, the militia for Team Yankees Red Dawn scenario, the Wolverines from Red Dawn. So those are the ones I'm going to get out tomorrow and start cleaning up because they're metal figures and try to get them primered. Now, the next 2 days after that, due to all the snow, I don't know how much time I'll have because I'm on call, and if we get what they say, then it's going to be in the evening. I'll have to plow too, so. Brian from World War II says Disney killed Minnie. Yep. They did it to Marvel also, yeah. Yeah, it's once they get a hold of something, they'll try to make it politically correct, insert all their agenda crap in it, and then it just takes it. I mean, the movie is what it is. The story is what it is. It shouldn't be, if people don't like it, then don't watch it. I mean, but I'll have to shut up. Otherwise, I'll go on a rant about them. Yeah, we do got the original stuff. Weird World War II. So I enjoyed it, and up to a point. So there you go. But you never know. Whenever corporations buy stuff up, it takes it out the window. Charles says QuickCAD, AutoCAD, and a 3D software. So Tim, you were using AutoCAD and you changed to something else? Yeah, they did. They both Tim and World War II, they pretty much just did a lot of stuff in. A lot of stuff. Hey, all I gotta do is bring up the Han Solo movie. Everybody was excited to see it, and you're like, what? I heard about what was going on with that. I was like, nah, I'm not even gonna bother watching it. I was all pumped up to go see it when that came out, and I was like, nah.
Harrison Ford should be pissed off.
Now, I have not watched the animated Tron series, Uprising. But the Tron movies were cool when they came out. You could get the whole series on YouTube. He says, I'll look at it. I wasn't even familiar with them having a new animated series. The movies were cool for the time. So Jeff and Tim, are you guys talking about the AutoCAD for what? What are you guys using it for?
Probably for 3D.
Well, yeah, but you can use it for a ton of stuff. Only classwork, never got a job using it. Yeah, there's a lot of things in school that you don't really use unless you get into certain fields. And now, hell, I don't even know how the kids do math. They were showing me how
Yeah,
they
we had
do
the
their
grandkids
math.
over. It's like, what?
And I'm like,
I could have showed you like 10 steps less than that.
why are you going through all that just to get this answer? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh, okay, Jeff. I gotcha. So, what would be a good program then to design your own things for the 3D printers? Because
Probably CAD.
I would just like to find something and start figuring out how to design my own stuff. Yeah, World War II, that's the thing. The system kind of got you, you know what I mean? A lot of times it takes a lot of money to make money, too. Ooh, electrical cable systems and connectors. Nice. Jeff says OpenCAD is free. Well, we'll look at that. Yeah, I never had to use any. All the construction that I did was plans were already drawn. They just gave it to us, and then I had to deal with people who didn't know how to read plans, such as you built that entire wall and forgot that the plan shows there's a sliding glass door there. Good job. Good job. Or hey, you see the plan here for the bedroom? You forgot that this is a built-in closet? Yeah. Things like that. Notice the S, opens CAD. Okay. So OPENSCAD. Gotcha. I should look that up too, Ash.
All right, I'm done.
We will look into that, Jeff. Thank you. Because at some point, I just want to design some of my own stuff. Like when you download some of this free stuff, people are designing it from somewhere, or the 3D scanners, but they're apparently a little bit pricey.
Yeah, just a little. Well, that and some of the stuff that you get for free up on like Colts and all that, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I got a badge for downloading,
A
but
badge? Yeah, email pops up saying you're awarded a badge. And I'm like, what how much did you download?
a lot.
That's a lot of glue, Ash.
Yes, I know it is. It doesn't tell you the size of the model.
Tim, been there too. Yeah, removing a load bearing wall is always. You know what? You just got to save on lumber, right? Just like roof trusses and stuff. You only need a few nails. You really don't need to spend all that time nailing things together. Yep. I'll tell you one. This is just kind of funny. One of the crews I worked with, the guy was on the roof. Okay, so it's just a one-story house. So he slid off the roof and he's holding on to the edge of the roof. And he's a 6-foot tall guy. So, his feet's only this far off the ground. He's screaming and yelling and for help. And I walked up next to him on the ground. I said, let go. I can't. I'm going to fall and break my leg. I said, no, you're not. You're about 2 feet off the ground where your feet are. Will you just let go? And just stupid things. Or here, you cut this windowsill too short. Please take it back and recut it. So they bring it back to you even shorter. And you're like, yeah, I don't know. So sometimes you just have to shake your head and just walk away. But I will tell you this, Tim. When you got kids and stuff, don't ever make this mistake. You're out there with your tool belt and you're climbing down from the roof, and they'll go, where are you going? Because my last name's Finch. Like, where are you going, Finch? And I'd been potty training with the kids, so I made a mistake. I said, I'm heading to the potty. Boy, did that get me, man, for days. Every day I'd show up on a job. Hey, Finch, you got to go potty? Need to use the potty today? So, just simple things like that you don't want to do either because it will haunt you on a job site. But I've worked with truly, truly stupid people. I'm not sure. It's kind of like, you're breathing because your body does it for you, or you would be dead, Jeff says there's 3 apps for your phone that will scan, and then you can transfer and scan out to complete STLs. Well, I would have to look for that. But thank you, Jeff. We appreciate that. Yeah, Tim, it amazes me too. I honestly, I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes you just, don't know what to do. Like, I mean, just common sense stuff. For instance, toe straps are supposed to be the strap between the two hooks. So imagine a toe strap that's eaten all the way up to maybe about this much is left. The guy I'm working with, I said, "This is our toe strap?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Throw it away." Well, why would we throw it away? Why don't I just take a razor blade and finish cutting? And he says, "And then I'll tie the ends together in a knot." I'm like, "Dude, it's a toe strap. You can't do that. Just throw it away. We'll just get another toe strap." Oh yeah, yeah. They get their job from their dad, or the CEO, or something. Yep, yep. Or you have your supervisor, freshly hired, who comes to you to ask you to teach them their job, and they're supposed to be your supervisor, but it's because their friend is in HR, and you're like, "How did you get this job? Like, you're asking me everything you need to do, but you're supposed to be the boss." Yep. That's why I love games. You don't got to deal with all that. You just have some fun, take your imagination, and let it loose. Well, yeah, I think we've all been there. Charles, sorry, sir. We're not trying to give you post-traumatic stress about your job from the past. But yeah, when you stop and think about it, you guys, you look back at how many people you had to work with that thought they knew everything, and you're just like, "I don't know everything, and I know I don't, but I'm not doing something to that degree of stupidity, and I don't know." So it's kind of like I was on lunch break in one area, and all those people a couple of years back, they were talking about a certain country EMPing us, and I was listening to them in the break room. One lady says, "That's okay if the internet goes down and the power goes down. We're going to use Google Hangouts." And I'm just thinking in my head, "You're dead. You're dead. If you honestly think that there's no internet and there's no power, that you're going to get together as a group on Google Hangouts, which uses the internet, you're done. You're not going anywhere, And so sometimes you just get stuck working with a bunch of people that, yeah, the common sense is truly just gone. But that's okay. That's why we have our painting competitions. Thank you, Mr. Minnie Warmutt, to get us out of that. Poor Charleston. We'll have to get him something for the stress I created. Well, I apologize. Back to games. So we'll have to check out that OpenCADs there that Jeff said, and yeah, see if the phone will actually do a good job scanning something, which I think would be a good deal, since if you're just using it for your own self, you're not reselling anything, then why not? And some of the files, like this Apothecary, they come out pretty detailed. The one I was showing Mythos earlier, which actually, Ash, he's printing this as we do this show. So they come out pretty detailed, and lots of fun to have with that 3D printer.
Yeah, until you run out of freaking ink.
Ink? You use ink in your
resin?
I know what you meant, because it's a printer. Babe, this isn't working right. Oh, so here's a funny one. She started printing in, and everything's perfect, and all of a sudden it's all wavy and all distorted. And she goes, I wonder what happened to the print. And I'm like, ooh, turned on the wash machine.
Because
and spin.
Where our printer is sitting against basically where our washer and dryer are, on the opposite side of the wall.
So the wash machine
tweaked it,
I think, in its spin cycle there. So note to self, don't turn on the wash machine or, while you're 3D printing, because the print came out really...
It squared it.
Yeah, it was all messed up.
Halfway there, I had like an hour left.
Yeah, and it pretty much just went... But, what do they say? Live and learn, so that's all you can do.
Yeah, that's all you can do when you have to try to live with your wife.
Oh no, I don't got a problem living with you as long as Xanax is made. We're good. I mean, I love you, babe. No, I wasn't shaking around so much, Tim, as just the vibration, a little vibration that you get when it's in the spin cycle because it's directly on the other side of the wall. I think it because the print was all perfect, and it doesn't shake hard like it's out of balance or anything. But I just think the printer's over there on a shelf, and the shelf's up screwed up to the wall, and the wash machine's behind there. So I think it's just that's what it did. Because all the other prints were fine. It was only the one time that the wash machine was running.
Yeah.
So
And
So
that
we
was my
learned.
one prime I needed.
Well, I didn't do it on purpose.
Sure you didn't. You didn't want me to
Yeah.
have any more against your guys.
Normally, you really can't feel it, Tim. Like it's not, like I said, the wash machine's not off balance, shaking the house or banging around. It's just, I think there's just enough vibration up against the wall there that it just, yeah, lesson learned. Lesson learned. But that's okay. All your other prints came out. Quality wise, that printer's doing very well. I mean, I can't complain about the quality of the prints coming out of it. But as I've complained many times, I just want to get some Western themed train going. Some of these places that 3D print it and sell it, it's just
Oh, hold on.
by the time you buy
All right,
it,
guys,
it costs you
everyone
a-
on Podbean, we have to end it because it's only about a 2-hour thing. So we'll catch you guys all later.
Yeah, we're doing the podcast that only lets you do up to about 2 hours, but that's cool. Well, Brian, Mythos sent a file, so I actually printed this up for me, like for Brutalis Dreadnought. So she's got the Space Marine. It's a nasty looking,
Well, then I got my 2
Wow.
that he sent as well.
but otherwise, yeah, I got to get some stuff. Oh, Meandering Mike, we'll see you later too, sir. Holy
See
cow.
ya.
I didn't realize it was already. See, we've been having fun. I just didn't realize it's already been a little bit we've been on. That's cool. I enjoy talking to you guys, and I enjoy learning things. So it all works out. And Ashley here looks like you're pretty much done. You should show it off. So put it up there.
Can I?
No, you can't. No.
Where's my big brush? Right there, behind, right next to you guys.
Oh, you could leave the grass on like you rolled around the grass.
I'm trying to get it off the bones.
Oh. Well, show him that, and then Charles says he's got to get medicated. Hey, thanks, Charles. Enjoy your medication. We're going to go ahead. I'll show you, let Ashley clean that up, and then we'll go ahead and end it here for you guys. But thank you guys for showing up. We appreciate it. So that's what her base is starting to look like there. We'll try there, Brian from Weird World War II. And thank you for you guys, for everybody coming by. We appreciate it. And Tim, yep, we learn stuff off everyone. There's so many things to learn from others that it's kind of never ending, and it's a good thing. So Mythos says that's coming out really good there, Ashley.
Yep, I just gotta get some Tufts.
All right, Telemachus, thank you for coming by, man. We appreciate all of you guys stopped by. And who took my dice? How are you?
Did he jump in finally?
Yeah, sorry, man. We're just getting ready to end this so we can get some dinner. But we appreciate everybody that's
Has shown up.
that has shown up. So thank you guys. Have a good night. And let's see, is it this here, Ash?
Here, hand me it.
Okay. Ashley likes to do the sign out, so I'll do that. We'll catch you guys later.